It's taste test time. Reasonable Pinot Noir, expensive Pinot Noir. Welcome back to Drinking It In. I am your host, Chris Casara. We are here to help you know more and drink better. And today, like I referenced in one of my earlier videos when I was tasting this guy, we're gonna do a little bit of a taste test. Reasonable Pinot Noir to expensive Pinot Noir. Now, honestly, I don't remember exactly how much I paid for this bottle. We're gonna call it $100. It might be more expensive than that. It might be a little less than that. This guy was 17. Totally different wines, right? But let's see how they stack up, all right? Let's pour. I'm gonna put these right next to each other because they're vastly different. You can even just see in the color. All right. Hopefully you can actually see that. This guy's very purple. This guy is lighter, almost, you can almost call it bordering on getting like magenta. It's almost more rust. Very different colors, very different styles of wine. So let's see what we got. So this is a 2012 Domaine des Chazaux, Gevrey-Chambertin, and this is from Burgundy, right? So Gevrey-Chambertin is a very well-known region in Burgundy, made up of a bunch of small parcels that lots of different growers have. They make small quantities of wine, and in Burgundy, they seem to be having more and more weather issues each year, so the yield and what they produce every year gets smaller and smaller and smaller. I had done a tasting with this winery at a store in Newton, Mass, Marty's Wines. It was incredible tasting. I ended up with this bottle and two others from other Cru vineyards. What you're gonna find typically in wines from Burgundy is that they are lighter, they are have plenty of fruit, but usually have a nice minerality to them and are more acidic than a wine, say, from Oregon, right? That I assume just has Pinot Noir in it, but it's pretty dark. This wine, it'll be dark, a little fuller bodied. I don't find that I get a lot of minerality in wines from Oregon, and I'm typically getting a much darker profile. So cherries, plums, black cherries almost, plums, cola notes, spices. In here, probably cherries, maybe raspberries, cranberries, minerality, acid, perhaps some flowers. Let's do it. It's a nice nose. It's not, it's a little reticent. It doesn't want to show its stuff yet. This guy's big, right? It smells, it is plummy. I think when I tasted it the other day, I had it was red fruit on the nose, and then it was prunes and plums on the palate. But you can tell it's just a bigger wine. Let's go back here. Let's agitate this guy a little more. You can tell this is more refined, no doubt. It's cleaner, right? So there's some cherries. There's a wisp of a flower, a wisp of, I'm gonna call it rose. And, and it's, and you can tell it's just gonna be light. It's tangy. It's beautiful. This is the type of wine that you can just sort of effortlessly drink the whole evening. But, I think with a simple roasted chicken, this would be gorgeous. Gevrey Chambertin can be among the bigger wines in Burgundy. Not so much in this case. This is just pure and clean. Now, I'm not getting as much fruit as I would like. So I like fruit in my wine. I like when there's different notes and the fruit is combined with minerality. So Burgundy always works well, but I'd like for there to be a little more fruit. I just opened this 24 hours ago, last night. Let it sit on the table here. Yeah, it's pretty pure cherries. It's a little bitterness. It's very nice. I think it needs a little more time. Maybe it would benefit from a decanting or a little more agitation. So this is damn good wine. I'd be very comfortable spending $100 on this wine. Yeah, I'd be comfortable spending $100 on this wine. I don't spend $100 on wines very much at all anymore, just because I have nowhere to put them, and I have other things that we need to spend money on right now. So now that I come back to this one after this guy, I get an earthy note. There's the spice. There's sort of that nutmeggy spice. There's an earthy note of wet leaves, black cherries and plums. It's tasty. Finish falls off a little bit. It's not as lively. You can definitely taste it definitely tastes these from different regions. I think you can definitely taste it from different price points. But this is a pretty damn good representation for $17. Now, would I rather have 5 bottles of this to 1 bottle of this? Things could get interesting in that. I don't know, though, that I would want more than a bottle or 2 of this, because I think after a couple bottles, we'd realize that this is probably a little simpler than something you want to have, half a case of. But I got to make a decision here. Do I go with, if I had $100 in my pocket right now, do I buy one of these or one of these? And I think in this case, let me take another sip. Yeah, something about this wine, though. In this case, I would buy this guy 4 times out of 5. So 4 out of 5 wine purchasers recommend getting this to this. Again, given the choice, recognizing there is a price to pay here. That's about it. Hopefully I've made some sense in this episode. We'll do some more comparisons like this of the same varieties, different style. Maybe we'll do, a high-end Italian wine versus something a little more simple like a Chianti. See who wins out. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope you're staying well out there, enjoying the summer. Hopefully some of the temperatures are cooling down. We've gone through this ridiculous heat wave in the Northeast, kind of everywhere. So hopefully things get a little bit more back to normal, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.